you hear me? One second, you might hear an echo. One second, you might hear an echo. Oh. Did it finally decide to function? It did. Oh my god. Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I wanted to do this yesterday, but I literally just passed out when I got home. I'm very... That procedure should not have taken too long. But anyway. We're here. Listening to Bookleman and Kona, I was reminded of my time in the first. While the extract was no kink, I often found myself speaking for the people of Presteria in like manner. And though their deeds, they answered. Through their deeds, they answered. The people of Dawntrail will rise to the occasion. This I can tell. Well, the hour of departure is at hand. Those of us remaining here will accompany you part of the way. I, for one, would like to see the dome firsthand. We'll set course as soon as everyone's ready. I'll wait for Wickham and Dad. There you all are. Ah, Namachi. We're just planning to call on you. Are you ready to leave? I am. Seeing the people come together as one, knowing they haven't given up hope. It was all the encouragement I could ask for. Right then. Let's get going. We'll leave from Dawntrail Skygate. I still haven't gotten any like accessories from the dungeons, like at all. Alright. Sorry in advance for the audio. Okay. There you go. I really do like these swords. I might actually just keep them for glam. Everyone here? Good. This is it, my friends. We go to strike down Zoralja and secure peace for Turiolal. We'll be passing through, Shalone. Yeah. Loani, where there have been reports of enemies movement, so stay sharp. Glansgard had told me about them. They emerged from the dome in quick succession and closed to the room overhead. Display of foresight vessels in Tuivola. Indeed. And while they haven't taken any aggressive actions, I want to see how things are in the area before moving on. We're passing a few settlements on the way to Shaolin Station. It's a perfect opportunity to look around. In that case, Artie and I know a few locals who can help. The list divided into two groups. Arnville, Alice, and Artie will come with me to inquire with the locals. Meanwhile, the rest of you can go and inspect the dome. Understood. Once everyone has finished his reconvening at Shaolin Station. We can start with What's that town? Usahapa. That's where the Dust Watch is based, if I remember correctly. You do. The sheriff, Kamaka, should be able to tell us a few things. Probably. Yep. Oh, it's you too. Wait, well, we'll Clement as well. You're the sheriff of this watch, yes? There's a situation here in Tower. Well, the enemy hasn't tried to pick a fight with us. Yeah, the ships give us a shock when they first appeared. But they've just been floating there, holding position. And that said, I received some unsettling reports from elsewhere. We've been investigating to expect we can, but we're spread thin and haven't looked in the... We haven't looked in on Shisenwi's Springs. Shisenwi's Springs. Apparently, mechanical soldiers were seen in the vicinity. Seriously, that's just keyboard spam. What? If that is true, then the people there are in danger. I worry about the other townships as well. If the rest of you could head to the springs, I'll pay a visit to them. The Malasonum. I'll accompany Arnold. See you in a while. And all clear this way. Mechanical don't seem to be in this area. Still, we should talk to the locals. Let's each make rounds and see what we can learn. You're the one who helped us the other day. Lolika and the others are out investigating. They're confirmed that Mitawaki is safe. It was after the train began its journey back here that the dome appeared. For those who are riding the train, that then are fine. But we don't know what's become of those who disembarked in Thessaloniki. What a mess. And just after we finished fixing the tracks. American soldiers know there's no longer left. It appears to have been run through with a pole. Well, make a pole like that. Oh. Well, she's safe. Wow, Artie, you came. As you can see, we're doing alright. Little ships appeared in the sky, and the soldiers clad in white showed up and surrounded the town. But to our surprise and relief, a traveler came along and dealt with them all in the flesh. Never mind, I know exactly whose polearm it was. I'll never forget the way he soared through the air, spear in hand. Shame, I never had a chance to ask his name. We're all safe thanks to him. I can't say the name for those in Yasaloni. We haven't heard from anyone there. I hope Namaki's is well. I know exactly which polymer it is now. I was like, huh, hold on. No, I can't. Nope, it is. Actually, it's... You heard about the spearman as well? How can it be anyone else? Was this someone spreading more gossip about me? Talk of the town. Talk of how I say the town travels fast. That's not to discount the help of my friend here, of course. He gave those machines a real beating. I thought you could come sooner or later. Do you know what's happening? So, you were indeed the one keeping people safe. Thank you. Think nothing of it. The automata aren't particularly strong. But are the rumors true? Galuja is slain? I'm afraid so. Zoraja used some dirty trick to get the better of him. Make him pay for what he's done, mark my words. You're going to help her, I assume. I see. With their contingent, you won't lack for strength, in which case I will remain in Shalonia and keep an eye on things. That helps us more than you know. I'll send word with my brother before we set off. If you find yourself in trouble, don't hesitate to contact him. Brother. Wait a second. You're the vow of resolve. I am. And you're Sakoa, right? I'll be counting on you to keep everyone here safe. Absolutely. If more of those hollow men show up, I'll send them packing. I'm the fastest gun in Shalona after all. Hard to get past the that. Good to hear it. We'll leave Shalona in your capable hands. Let's get patrolling right away then. Stay safe out there, and don't do anything reckless. Wasted word to say. Just do what comes naturally. Right then, it's time we head to the station and join the others. Existinian, there are no casualties to speak of in Shalona. The FSR are safe as well. At the very least, there are no sightings of soldiers there. What about the dome? Did you learn anything of that? It is comprised of exceedingly high concentrated of lightning energy. To even touch the barrier would prove fatal. When approaching it, we must exercise all caution. Then how are we supposed to get inside? If Zorelja and his army emerge from within, there ought to be an entrance. An entrance, I say. It just so happens we might have an inkling where one is. These are the engineers of Dawntrail, which operates the train between Shalona and Dasolani. When we were out to recover the train, we had ourselves a look at the dome through a telescope. It was then that we saw a large fortress-like structure that looked like it straddled the dome's edge. You telling us part of it is inside and part of it is outside? That seems to be the case, yes. While only observed from afar, the soldiers were coming and going from it. From that, I'd say to serve as a passage between the outside world and whatever's inside. But as you expect, the area heavily defended. It won't be easy to get near. Do you know what became of the passengers who went to Yasalani? Well, Lamont's nursemaid was among them, a woman named Nanaki. What? I'm afraid not. Only those passengers who were headed back here are accounted for. I can say for a fact that everything was fine when we arrived in Yasolani. But that big tremor struck not long after we got to the station. I hit the emergency brakes and looked back, and all I could see was the dome. What's more, the fortress sits on the tracks of all places. What are the odds of that, eh? Assuming this fortress serves as a means to pass through the dome, we should first determine how we're to reach it undetected. I don't care if we're detected. I say we smash our way inside. Despite how it sounds, I actually gave this some thought. Zorelja wants me to prove that I'm my father's worthy successor. If I fail to destroy Tuliola, by charging in head-on, I make my intentions plain as day, and in doing so, keep his eyes on me. A bold strategy, I like it. Of course, your plane will be no good if you're cut down before reaching their base. What you need is something that'll get you there quick and break through the defenses with a single decisive blow. And we just have that. Since the tracks go straight to the fortress, we can reinforce our train with the armor. Fill her up with fuel she'll carry and send you hurling at it to explode on impact. Chief, have you gone insane? You were just saying how relieved you were the trains in one piece, and now you want to turn into a bomb? The train's not important. Our dreams was to have railroads running from coast to coast, remember? If these invaders have their way, there may not be any more railroads, let alone trains to run on them. Is that what you want? Is a sacrifice we have to make. These folks are willing to put their lives on the line to get inside that dome and put a stop to all this. The least we can do is help. But Chief, listen, no matter how hard things may get, no matter how many times we fall, we can always get back up. As long as we're alive, we can always build another train, so have faith and quit complaining. But what if we fall really, really hard? There's no getting back up if we're dead. No one's dying on this train. I'll see to it myself. Needless to say, this will be a one-way trip. You'll jump off at the last moment if you don't want to go out in a blaze of glory. You alright with that? There's no changing in her mind, is there? Just promise me you'll be careful out there, right, honey? We won't leave you with any sorrows to drown. Never fear. We'll keep your wife safe, we promise. Seeing as I've never had a drink in my life, I certainly hope not. It'd be a lie to say the loss of the train doesn't concern me. But with good friends and my loving wife beside me, that's all I really need in the end. Well, at least it'll go down as the legendary train that saved Tra. That it will. But first, we've got work to do. She'll look the part. I don't know much about magic, but if there's anything I can help, you need but say the word. We'll keep that in mind. If any of you are willing and able to lend a hand, there's work that needs doing over at the shore house. Seems we have a path forward. I believe this is a good time for me to return to Toyola and inform Kona of the situation. I shall return as well. I have new investigation to pursue. The domed elemental aspect is similar to that of the gate in Golden City. If we can identify a connection, we may learn something to use in our fight. It's one mystery after the next, but at least we're not without clues. It may not be easy, but I know we can get through this together. Even only just having met them, I can see how important the train is to Wamaliga, the engineers. We can't let their sacrifice be for naught. But it plans with the locomotion. For the dungeon, I'll use my headphones to make sure that you can hear it all. Because I think our dungeon's coming up. There's always a 97. There's always a 7 dungeon. Well, I have no obligation to the planet itself. I have one concern. How can we be certain that Georgia will not strike Toledo in relation? I considered the possibility, but my brother told me, come prove myself, and he meant it. He wants to show that his kingdom is superior to Toyola. Will give him no suggestion to attack when he knows I'm not there. No, we're waiting instead though. Waiting for us to challenge him so he can crush us and prove his strength. That sounds like an ego. Indeed, if anything, we're more likely to put Toledo in danger by not taking the fight to him. So, even though there's a road job, at least until Toledo has shored up his defenses. Right, we'll charge him from the front and keep his eyes on us. During which time, Kono will find a way to fortify Toledo. If we believe this is the best course, then we shall trust in your judgment. I expect there is no small amount of energy and resistance, but we will do all in our power to assist you. Thank you. Well, time is of the essence. Let's go and see what's left to be done for the train. I think last time I brought Garo, I would bring Alize. Looks like work is getting underway. We'll be finishing no time at all. So what can we help you? No need to hold back. As I understand it, two of you met your fair share of craftsmen during the Rite of Success. Would you happen to know a few willing to come and help us complete the modification of the train? Of course. What sort of craftsmen do you have in mind? See now. Perhaps my great concern is keeping the train safe from attacks. Even with you aboard to fend them off, it'll be important. It'll be over a distance if they manage to get just one good hit on a civilian tanks. According to eyewitnesses, the soldiers use lightning-based weapons. So if I have a mind to install ground rods, would you happen to know a carpenter who can handle that? We could ask whatever. We could ask the fellow with the fetish for formalities. Master Carpenter from Alfano, eh? If they'd be willing, we'll be glad to help them. No objection from me. Just be sure not to forget your traditional greeting. But we'll need more than just a carpenter. If we want this done in a timely fashion, we've got a lot of equipment that needs moving, heavy equipment. I don't suppose you know anyone up to the task. Perhaps, German word. I think he wants out as well, because like he wants to make sure that. Who's German again? Honestly, I'd say it's right. Limmer will be perfect. You'd be hard-pressed to find folks stronger than a Yaku. And I'm sure he'd be willing to help. You're friends with Yaku, I'll be damned. Will not want for strength with help like that. Next, I'd like to outfit a train with some powerful weaponry on its own. Like, it's not the soldier will be riding their flying vessel will need countermeasures to deal with them. That's true. I, for one, can't use magic, nor am I handy with a firearm like my brother. Any ideas for ranged weapons we can use? Assault ballistas on a train. Big ones. Let's borrow guns from Kono for everyone. Ballistas, eh? That'd be powerful. It seems to me it takes too long to reload between shots. If there is some sort of ballista that could reload quickly, then that might work, but weaponry isn't exactly my field of experience. Perhaps I can be of assistance. The Crystarium employ etheric cannons for its defense, and I see no reason why the design can't be adopted for your train. While I did not convince them myself, I know their design. I should be possible to build them from here, provided we have requisite materials and skilled smiths. Now that sounds like something Fortunate can help with. What are the materials we need? The barrel can be fashioned from any metal as long as it's highly conductive to keep the power. The cannon will require 500 crystals of highest purity. Fire crystal, eh? Might be as I'm higher from spring can offer that. Then, if I could leave the crystals from the smiths in everyone's hands, I shall get started drawing off the schematics. Alright then, secure us the smiths. In the meantime, we could deal with the materials. Shenza is in charge of supplies, so it's good to talk to him about it first. Well, I think we are set for our plan. Thanks for this consultation. Now, let's get this train dressed and get her the proper farewell she deserves. Alright. Let's see if this headphone is charged for a little bit. Couldn't charge it for 30 minutes. Should be enough. Yeah, it's fine. The plan's coming together. To make speed, I'm going to try and enlist some more help from among our friends back in Yoktara. I'll leave materials in your care. I think I saw Shenza over the southeast. Right, time to put my knowledge in first to use. That should be enough lumber for the armor. What else do we need? Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I help you for? If there are cannons, interesting. I have an idea where we can get the conductive metal, so I'll take care of it. I'm not sure about the fire crystals though. Might be best if you spoke directly with the miner. Can I leave that to you? Great. Your friends will lie at Harju, one of the best miners around. If anyone can get you crystals, you're after it's her. Alrighty, what brings you around these parts? Purest fire crystals, you say? I think I heard tell about them before, but what was that about? Ah, come on, dude. Now remember, girl animals. You can find them to the south of the town. They actually ignite fire crystals and keep them in their gut, if you believe it. If you want the purest fire crystals, though, you'll have to go after the oldest, toughest animals. Nothing you can handle, right? I'll show you where you can find some to hunt. Looking forward to see where Aaronville thinks so. Looking forward to seeing why Aaronville thinks so highly of you. Nope. There's quite a lot of fireball in these parts. You think it's due to the cerulean, but no one can say for sure. Still, it's not often that you see a bigger dominating sort, and that's what you need. What you'll have to do is hunt down a few of their kind, establish yourself as a threat that's known to draw out the leader. That's the spirit. While you're on a hunt, I'll keep watch for nearby to make sure no hapless travelers come stumbling in. Amazing. You dealt with the beast in no time at all. You need a crystal to alert Shenza? I'll see that he gets it. These fire crystals are for the train, aren't they? I heard about your plan to enter the dome. I want to thank you for doing so much length to stop these invaders. And though he grumbled if he knew I was asking this, please take care of Aaron. Please take care of Elena Shapaya. Anyway, I'd best be on my way, and you as well, in case you're going to meet her. I saw Wook Lamont heading for the station. Like, if I collect it, I collect it. If I don't, I don't. Plus, I don't mind riding my bike through this. Like, this is perfect, area to ride the bike with. Taking care of the girls, I'll have you. Things proceeding apace here, too. Shinta told me you got the crystals from him. Good work. I've just returned from looking for a job. We'll see in a moment who answers the call. All be readiness for them when they arrive. That I will for a moment, and all I can think about is my home. Chin up, Aaronbo. We'll be on our way soon. We'll find your mother. It'll be good to see her after all these years. There's so much I'd like to ask her about her time with Papa. Oh, she'll talk your ears off once her mother starts she's no stopping her. I wouldn't want it any other way. Right, let's return to helping where we can. The real work begins when the extra help hands arrives. Thank you for thanks for making the trek here. To be honest, I was expecting so many of you. Since the attack of Toyola, I have been wondering if there was aught I could do to help. So when I heard about the upcoming operation from Falcona, I leapt at the chance to do my part. Peace will be restored, and then we all can enjoy a nice cup of Mezcal. This is our home, and we'll do whatever it takes to keep it safe. Well, I can assess with the efforts here. High Luminary Gopher does the same at the capital. I am truly grateful. With all of us working together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. Let's do it, my friends. Yes. Let's get to it. Alright, everyone. That'll do it. You've done your part. Leave it to us to finish mounting your armor and cannons. And have yourselves a hard-earned rest. Thank you all again for answering the call. No need for thanks. Now, whenever you need help, just give us a holler. Indeed. We must all do our part when our nation is in peril. Here. We left her out. And we love you, Bawukuma. I love you all. Your kindness and goodwill will not be in vain. This I promise. Thanks again for all your help. Wouldn't have been able to finish this so quickly without you. Go and rest up, friend. Won't be long before the train's ready. Lord. From here on out, we won't stop working until the train's ready. If you have any preparations, now will be a good time to see you. The boarding will call come before you know it.
Right, we're just about done with the modifications, but I have to stress that we cannot afford a test run.
It's fine. We understand and accept the risks. We have faith in you and your craft. I'm sure everything will go to plan. With all the hard work everyone's put in, it couldn't be otherwise.
Finished at last! Behold, the pinnacle of locomotive engineering, the Dawn Blazer.
Amazing!
Yep, she's been fitted with wooden armor and a crystal grounding rod to mitigate the effects of lightning. Naturally, we had to overhaul the engine so it could handle the extra weight.
I also had her outfitted with etheric cannons, the better to contend with enemy forces. And as they're modeled upon those used at the Crystarium, I can attest to their potency.
So, what do you reckon? Given the tight turnaround, I'd say we did a damn good job.
Is it the toughest locomotive I've ever seen? Let's let them try and stop us now. It's a shame we have to blow her up.
Glad she's to your liking. I hate to let go of such a beautiful piece of machinery, but I know you'll give her a proper send-off for us.
At the risk of spoiling the mood, we should probably get moving.
Yep, you won't get far if you let them pummel you from the air, but you'll be safe enough once you reach the tunnel.
In that case, I will conceal the train with a spell once everyone is on board. It should last long enough for us to reach the tunnel unnoticed.
Right. So everyone, are we ready?
We've done all we can. Rest is up to you.
I won't let you down. All aboard!
Vanish! At this speed, we should arrive at the dome in no time at all.
But not before we're spotted, I expect. Stay alert!
Here we go. Stand fast, everyone!
No, you don't!
I need you to take over for me.
Hand of the line, everyone!
That was too close. Still alive, Erinville?
Mostly.
At last, the enemy stronghold. We should hurry before they can regroup.
Let's go and find out what's inside.
It actually made me laugh.
Let's give it our all!
Because I went with Carl last time, so I might as well.
Allow me. Hold on.
Now I'll show you.
Alleys are Brooklyn. She will do it.
Just the beginning.
try harder on that. Give me mass machine.
Allow me. Did I actually have anything? I really planned this for my team right here. I just level them up. Allow me.
I got hit with the paralyzed condition, so that's why I didn't understand. Detonate already. Just detonate the mechanic. I'm running through that. I'm running through it.
Back off! Through the obvious danger. God. You know, walk.
Just the beginning.
anything of scouting, please? No. As a serious breach should not be allowed, but it ends now. We redeem our honor with our lives. Why does he look like Carl?
Allow me.
No. No more gifts. I call on the soul of the serpent of the guard. Grant me the strength to play. Unless I die back up. No. I can fit it. I'm gonna say they have earrings, but it's fine. I want the entirety of that.
What greeted us was not the home that I had left behind. There was no mistaking we had reached Yasulani, and yet it was wholly unlike my memories. The lands of my childhood had changed beyond imagining. To where had I returned? We tread on, the darkened skies above a mirror to my heart, clouded with fear and uncertainty.
How bizarre. This cannot be Yasulani, can it?
Heritage found. I was prepared for something strange, but this is like another world. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. The tower, was it always there? No, definitely not. Nor the walls over there. The material is not something we use in Torel. It's closer to what we saw in the Gate of the Golden City, or those mechanical soldiers. Such massive structure couldn't possibly have been built in a short time. Then I'm inclined to assume we've been transported to another location, or perhaps... Well, speculation on arrival is not. We need to learn more before we can draw conclusions. Let's take a look around then. Alright. Looks like a train station, doesn't it? It must be Yasunori Station, where the passengers disembark. Then perhaps we'll find someone to talk there. Let's go investigate. pretty sure this is Yashalani Station. From the state of it, I swear it was abandoned years ago. I'm not sure what to make of this. We should look around a bit more. Why does it look like it was abandoned centuries ago? Fall into despair. It's almost as if it hasn't been used in decades. Building is rather hot. It was clearly many years in London. The tracks are heavily rusted. It seems they haven't been attended to for a long while. This is the water town of dreams, isn't it? You find a train turnable. The thick layers of rust suggest it has been used in years. Just finished poking around, have you? Let's gather then. I want you all to take a look at this. It's one of those mechanical soldiers. Long since broken, apparently. But I'd say the presence confirms this is indeed just the main room. What about the rest of you? Did you learn anything? So, all evidence suggests that Yashalani Station. I have no doubt we're on the Yashalani. But I don't understand why these buildings are so run down. They were completed barely a year ago. For a new structure to deteriorate and enormous appears in the flesh. If I didn't know any about that, I'd say time flows differently here. Is such a thing possible? We have encountered this phenomenon before, as it so happens. Though it might be difficult to believe, our world is but one of several. In some respects, they are similar to one another, but in others wholly different. We call them reflections. Simply put, the rift between dimensions causes time to flow at a different pace in each world. While hours pass in one, years may have come and gone in another. But this is Yashalani. Then we should still be in the source. The flow of time should be synchronized. I'm not sure I follow this talk of reflections and dimensions, but if Arenville says this is Yashalani, then it must be. This just went straight over her head. Your village is a little further along, right? Arenville! Oh, yes, it's a short distance to the northwest. Let's head there next. Rather than talk theory, it's better to confirm things firsthand. It's not a theory if I've seen this happen. May I be of assistance? It's still functioning? doesn't seem to be hostile, at least. Perhaps we can ask it some questions. Can you tell us where we are? Unable to confirm our credentials, please present citizen identification. Unable to confirm credentials. Confirm. Seems it's broken after all. Too strained by have. Let's leave it be and get going. Are those lightning rods? Would you accompany me for a moment? There's something I wish to investigate. Look there. The lightning appears to be drawn to those pole-shaped structures over yonder. The design suggests there's some manner of lightning rod. So I'll take it to closer look. Material appears to shape as used in mechanical soldiers or warships. Upon closer inspection, it appears to bear fine etching, rather reminiscent of arcane ruins. These, I suspect, are not merely decorative. I wouldn't post it to use to harness lightning as a source of energy. Quite impressive technology. I'll share this observation with Ishola for the blessing. The dome doesn't appear to interfere with link pearls. Thank you for accompanying me. Let's head to the village and find the others.
My home. It's in ruins. But why? What happened here? And where is everyone?
I had a look in a few of the other houses, but they had clearly been abandoned.
Damn it all. None of this makes sense.
Excuse me? Are you looking for someone?
I apologize for giving you a fright. However, I did have reason to keep to the shadows. Sriracha has told me a great deal about you.
Sriracha?
Greetings.
and welcome to the realm of Alexandria. I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Queen of Reason?
If you are the Queen of Reason, is there perhaps a...
Yes, if you mean to ask if there is a King of Resolve. Zorulja holds that title, and together do we reign.
Then you're both behind the attack on Tuliyola.
Can you not draw your weapon?
And I doubt you're here to offer us a warm reception.
Oh, she didn't draw her blade, so of course she is.
No, you have it all wrong. I am not come to fight. Zorulja rules alongside me, but that is a matter of expedience. In truth, we are at odds, he and I. It is at considerable risk to myself and my people that I come before you to beg your aid.
Our aid? I'll admit I cannot imagine King Zorulja is keen to share and share alike. But if what you say is true, you're still the queen.
I'm about to smack them upside the head.
Indeed. But I was once the sole ruler of Alexandria. Until one day, he appeared, bent on conquest. In my weakness, I feared his power. So I persuaded him to forego violence and strike a bargain. I would remain queen, and he would receive technology that would empower him to achieve even loftier ambitions, along with the knowledge to use it. A gamble, to be sure, but if it might spare my people...
If I may, the dome surrounding these lands was erected but recently. How is it he was able to not only invade, but instate a new system of leadership in a mere matter of days?
I've never heard of your realm. And this place is, or at least was, Yasulani. The house I grew up in is still here. But 3 years ago, that tower and these strange contrivances weren't. Nor was our village in ruins. Where did you come from? And what happened to the people who lived here? You must know!
I realize how confusing this all must be. Truth be told, I don't fully understand it myself. What I can say is that one day, people from your Tuliyola suddenly appeared here in Alexandria. Or perhaps it was we who found ourselves in Tuliyola. Until but recently, we were completely unaware of events taking place beyond the barrier surrounding our realm.
Does this not remind you of the Crystal Tower? How after the 8th Umbral Calamity, we devised a means to transport the Spire across time and space from the source unto the First.
Yeah.
Granted, this is on a much larger scale, if that is indeed what has happened. Not only the people and structures, but also the surrounding environment. Regardless, the people of Lakeland perceived the arrival of the Crystal Tower much as the Queen describes her own experience. Sudden and inexplicable.
Well then, you appear to have a better grasp of our circumstances than we do. Indeed, more than I dared hope. In which case, a closer examination of the effects of this phenomenon
may afford us more insights.
Allow me to take you to the outskirts.
A number of the Shatona live there as well. Perhaps your acquaintances are among them.
Hold on. If we accept, there's no guarantee we're not walking into a trap.
But if we're to defeat Zorolja, we need to understand how he grew so strong. Besides...
You're right.
I was gonna smack you with a bat, was I?
Queen Sphene, before we go, Your Majesty, I have to ask, did you really have nothing to do with the attack on Tulihyolal?
Noble Wook Lamart, shall we dispense with the formalities? I'll not deny the soldiers and airships that attacked your people are products of Alexandria. But it was Zorolja, not we, who fashioned them into weapons of war and laid siege to Tuliolal.
So he alone is to blame.
Yes. I thought that was...
No, I may not have prosecuted this war, but I nevertheless bear responsibility for it.
Perhaps. I know next to nothing about you, let alone what you've been through. So by all means, show us around. I think we'll learn a lot from meeting your people.
Wonderful! If you would follow me.
I take it there'll be trouble if Zorolja hears of this. Isn't it a little odd for the Queen to be walking about on her lonesome? That's the first question you should have asked.
Is that concern or suspicion? If things should take a turn for the worse, might I call upon your aid?
She is.
I jest, of course, but you do strike me as the most capable here.
I think it goes without saying, but we're not going to trust her just like that, right? Anyway, you look at it. A mysterious girl appears at a network, proclaiming herself as Queen Suspicious. Well, having established that we should be wary, we could use more information. So let's head to this place, the outskirts, and see what we can learn. Perhaps about Sphene as well. Sure, there's some people here. A most unusual farm, but the produce appears to be normal enough. Have you ever seen such a contraption? I wonder what this one is used for. Those brick buildings. I've seen their light before, though I cannot remember where. innovation of Alexander are nothing short of extraordinary. First, you have familiar farming facilities in Dawntrail. They are completely different from ours. I have no idea what all these machines do. We settled upon an approach after some trial and error. The Turali have their own methods of farming, which they wanted to continue employing. But the environment makes it challenging. There's too much rain and not enough lead. Thankfully, we use electro has allowed us to fortify the building here, as well as provide what nature cannot. Electro what? Electro. X material we use for mirror devices and applications. A topic for another time perhaps, if you would follow me. We're nearly to the outskirts. This is right. The devices reminds me a little bit of the Lockrights. And also Omega. A little bit. Well, not really, but just a little. Mainly just a Lockrights.
Here we are. Though you'll doubtless find much of what you see in Alexandria strange, the traditional agriculture practiced in this village at least should be familiar.
Queen's Fiend? What business brings her here, I wonder?
The Queen has come!
You look well, Paquine. And Katonye, I see you've already taken to your new position.
When she introduced herself as queen, I was expecting someone colder. Honestly, she reminds me of you, Lamachi.
Me?
It's only natural for a ruler to love her people. And I should like to know them as best I can, even the most trifling details.
The more you come to know them, the more you grow to love them. Who they are and what they've built.
That's it. Beautifully put.
And it would appear that she is well loved in turn.
Your Majesty, you honor us with your presence. And who are these fine people?
Tuliolo's vow of resolve Wuk-Lamat and her companions. They come from beyond the barrier, but you needn't worry. They are good people and are to be treated as my honored guests.
The rumors of a link to the outside are true, then. Wuk-Lamat is still so young. Oh, where are my manners? I am Popone, a leader of sorts of the people living out here.
Papone? That has a Tonawautan ring to it.
Right you are. I take it you hail from this region as well? Teshpiani, perhaps?
Yes, I do. I don't suppose you know a woman by the name of Kafkiwa?
Kafkiwa? I'm afraid I'm not sure if I've ever met someone with that name.
Oh. Mother isn't here. But it's a relief to know at least some of the people of Yasulani are alive and well.
Your mother, you say? Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance.
You know my mother?
I do. Yes.
Then tell me, please, where is she?
I cannot say. Not here, but I promise I will in due time.
I have a question, Pepone. Do you recall what happened the day the dome first appeared?
The barrier? Well, I remember fixing a shelf that had collapsed after a terrible earthquake. Then the ground began to tremble. There was a brilliant flash of light, and then... Forgive me, my recollection of it all is rather poor.
You needn't push yourself, Pepone. After 30 years, no one could blame you for not remembering.
30 years passed.
30 years? As in 30 years in the past?
Absurd though it may sound, there is no doubt in my mind the events that led to the joining of our lands occurred 30 years ago. Which is not to say I understand why our perceptions of the intervening time are so radically different. We only just became aware of the discrepancy when Zoralja's military base was completed, and we were at last able to venture beyond the barrier.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
That's why he said that, because 30 years passed.
30 years? Little wonder Zoralja assumed our father had already passed away.
It's not unlike how time passes differently in the First and the Source. The fluctuating space of the rift between them disrupting temporal equivalence. Perhaps the same holds true here, and time flowed faster within the dome.
Meaning, this is a piece of another reflection.
I cannot say for certain, but I strongly suspect that to be the case.
Which reflection, then?
And based on the Queen's account, this encampment may have come to serve as a physical bridge between the two planes, after which the dome was forced into the Source's temporal flow.
If we're to be certain of anything, we need more information. Sveen, would it be all right if we had a look around and spoke with the townspeople?
By all means.
Time to see what we can see of Alexandria, then.
And its people. I may yet find familiar faces among the survivors from Yasulani.
Even if I don't understand the half of it, I would learn more of this place before we confront Zoralja.
Perhaps you'd care to see how we make our living. Though we have always prided ourselves on the use of traditional Tonawatan farming methods, the use of electro-fueled technologies has led to countless agricultural innovations.
I would join you as well.
Ma'am, please, you needn't trouble yourself.
It's no trouble at all. And I promise not to cause any manner of distraction.
Reassuring words, or they would be had I not heard them countless times before. Very well, but do be careful.
Of course. I shall proceed with the utmost care. Now then, if you two would follow me, we can begin the tour.
I can't say that I trust her yet, but I trust that her affection for these people is genuine. And that's enough for me.
Give me a second. Ranch has much improved the efficiency of the farming, but it hasn't replaced everything. The people wanted to preserve their old way of life, and we did not want to force ours upon them. We went to such lengths so that our cultures could coexist, even going so far to ask to learn our tongue. I'm sure everyone appreciates that. Communication was thankfully not an issue, but to Dawntrail is surprisingly similar to Alexandrian. Of course, there are words and phrases of which there is no equivalent, but those can be taught with minimal effort. Through mutual respect and understanding and patience, we Alexandrians and Dawntrail have learned a great deal from one another. And I'm sure there is much wish to learn as well, so please, if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask. Rather than bore you with lengthy explanation, let's head back to the farm we passed earlier. A heap's halo is called, and we speak with one of the farmers when we arrive. I guess we're off to Yahib's Halo. And let me introduce you to Mawasa, one of the most experienced farmhands in Alexandria. She was well versed in myriad farming techniques, and indeed the wealth of knowledge she shared with the farmers is what allowed this place to flourish. Queen Tiffany, to what do I owe this sudden shower of praise? Oh, my apologies for the interruption. I come with guests from beyond the barrier. They wish to learn more of Alexandria, and so I invited them to see how our crops are grown. I do hope that's alright. So the rumors of visitors from outside were true. What matters opposed? Would we be to deny them a look around and to gather, Your Majesty? Also intended to check on things here. You know it too well, Mawasa. I thought to seize the opportunity to see how farmers fare and perhaps pepper them with a few questions, though I do so enjoy observing and taking part in the work too. To what appeared we have her permission, so please walk the grounds to your heart's content. You go ahead, I'll keep Safine company. Don't miss me, son. I'm not the suspicious type, but given our position, it would make sense for us to go. Would it make sense for us to go together? Wouldn't you say? A fair point, but be sure not to let me out of your sight. I shall remain on the Wicklamont's watchful eye. Pray come find us after you've seen your fill and spoken with the other farmhands. Lion. Well, it's apparently fine. Transfer the power source. You should know about my job. I tended the fields mostly, watering crops, keeping the soil fertile, and so on. It apparently took some time until I fully understood how best to carry out my duties. I also managed the lambs we use in the field. We do our best to keep everything up to code, but should they start to malfunction, it's up to me to fix them. I mean, what they are, ensuring the rich harvest makes for constant work. But honestly, I enjoy how involved the process is. With my parents being Alexandrian, I didn't grow up knowing much of anything about farming. Every day it's an opportunity to learn and grow. Enough familiar face, I gather this is the first time on site then? Well, this here is the storehouse, or rather an entrance. The real storehouse is underground. Much more spacious, and equipped with temperature regulation system to keep the harvesting from spoil. Since the entrance is so small, it's easier to prevent wild beasts from wandering inside. Which has also made it a viable facility for breeding and raising livestock. We've also got a few pets down there for emergencies. My parents often complain about Alexandria technology and electrical complicate our lives, but it's just a matter of learning how things work. Take my job for instance. I'm precisely overseeing the storage of harvesting crops. They'll take it up the tower processing from there, finding their way to every dining table in Alexandria. The work is hard, I'll not deny, but I take great satisfaction in what we do. 30 years in, so we are 30 years in the past. They are 30 years ahead of us. They're saying that you and your visitors are beyond the barrier, is that true? So it is. That means your contact is the outside world again. Not that I have the desire to leave, mind you. I'm quite content with the life here in Alexandria. But setting that aside, you're here to observe our work, right? As you can see, I'm in charge of livestock. Here at Yips Hollow, we produce not only fruits and vegetables, but also meat, poultry, and eggs. Tending animals is absolute joy, but I have to be careful not to grow attached. It always a little sad when they're shipped off, but a job is a job. Well, I need to get back to it, but it's nice talking to you. Please give me my regards to the Queen. See, don't be too hard on yourself. Anyone might have been hard pressed to deal with such a thing. Oh, welcome back. My apologies for failing to notice your return. I gather you had your fill of speaking with farmers, and let us return to Melissa. Well, what are your impressions of the farm? Everything was surprisingly normal. I was amazed that everyone loves their work. Their job is quite impressive. Curious observation. Do you not love your own work? Oh, but I jest. It's true that our people of the outskirts seem the most fulfilled. Always take to their duties with good cheer. And what do you think of our little Tora Lamachi? What did you call me? Was that inappropriate? My apologies. I'll tell the others to call you by that name. And I thought... No, it's fine. As I said before, we have no need for titles or formalities. As for my thoughts, I was impressed. The machines could be used to overcome any harsh environments. Amazing. I've never seen anything like that. The feelings are understandable. Indeed, many still find machinery behind any pathfinder. It does nothing the controls and just water for the fields and livestock. It's been acting up lately. Acting up, you said. You know where it happens fairly often, but put it simply, it's taken in water that had strong lightning charge. We think some creatures have become charged up with energy, and they're releasing it into the river we use as a source. The system would return to normal if the creatures were dealt with, but I'm reluctant to beg it to happen. We could take care of it if you like. This is most gracious of you to offer, but it is much too dangerous. Yeah, it's no trouble for the power resolve of Tuliyola. Regardless of how the relationship between our nations may develop, if there are people in need, I want to help. Simple as that. And RT is even stronger than I am. It shouldn't take us too long at all. Then very well. I gratefully accept. But please take that all care. This ought to go into task if you and I search for the lightning charge beams on our own. Good hunting. You're both alright, thank goodness. You really needn't worry so much. We barely broke a sweat dealing with the fiends. They're all gone now. Of course, I was worried. You're my dear guests. But thank you. We truly appreciate this. Indeed, with this, we won't have to ask Roja's machines for help. He's been making a considerate effort to bolster his force, sparing but a fraction for the people's protection. He thinks nothing of our safety, unlike Queen Safine. That's enough, Al-Assad. If you have grievances, I'll hear them later, but to speak of the king now... No, she's right. He's never been one to look after his people. Anyway, thanks for letting us tower the farm. The folk here are delightful, and it's a pleasure to meet them. I couldn't have they were just more of an uplifting words. My people are my pride and joy. You never fail to let us know, nor how much you care. Of course, you're my precious family, after all. You seem a good sort, Sophie, now that I'll admit. But you'll forgive me if I'm not ready to lower my guard for the end queen just yet. For you to be called that, I dread to imagine the villainy your majesty has committed. Come now, this is no laughing matter. A ruler is responsible for the welfare of the countless lives. One wrong decision can lead to untold suffering. Failure is considerable. Now, I believe we're done with the farm. Let's move on, shall we? Perhaps we should head back to the outskirts. I dare say our friends will also have returned by now. Thanks again for dealing with the fiends. Come again, visit anytime. Come and visit anytime. Did you hear that?
What's happening over there?
It's nearly time.
I'm glad you could make it.
Are you with us?
Queen Sphene has come to see you.
We're here, Namika. Everything is going to be all right. What's the matter, dear?
It can't be. That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
You know her?
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
Namika, it's me! Wuklamat!
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end.
Has she no more soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not afraid. Your memory will live on, in us.
Living on in memory. The Giants share a similar belief.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden. I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Let us give them some time alone.
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
It's not the end.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps. Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a Void Gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining. Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
I wish that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding. I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm. The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's noxious influence.
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents, by means unknown.
In other words, Sphyn's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
But of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep. That tower over yonder. Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs. Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zoraljar resides.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zoraljar do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zoraljar's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
A fair question. Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount. I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm. It is a ruler's duty. Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course. Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I'm afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep, anyway. Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
Yep.
What? We were just with her. If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
How can you not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud. Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
What's going on? How could Bologna suddenly forget about Namika? It's as if he never knew her. Could the same thing happen to the others as well, I wonder? There's only one way to find out. Let's make inquiries about Namika in the area. We will reconvene after at the other end. An old woman named Miko. I'm afraid I don't know the person. I'm sorry, can I help? What's that? Do I know Namika? Never met anyone by the name. I worked hard at the outskirts for a good while. She spent time here I would remember. I do recall caring for some recently, and you say that it was a woman named Namika. Well, I can't say for certain if it was her. I wouldn't worry. I'm sure she's just been taken up to the cloud. But it was the same for everyone. Not a single person remembers Mika. It's as if the memory of her has been purged from their minds. While such a thing might be done with magic, altered memories of my ones will be a tremendous undertaking. We would have felt a sort of ether composing to the act, corresponding to the act, too. And I would have sensed none in the moment. Truly that but I did notice something else. Right before a lighting device on his head began to blink. Could that be a connection? Someone also said something about soul cells. But who might we ask about this? If we continue making inquiries, I suspect we could only cause some confusion. Indeed. If we can't readily resolve the mystery of Namika, perhaps we can search for Kotia instead. Zephine said to try Thunder Yards. It could be in this direction. Impossible. Another kind of mechanical soldier? Looks dangerous. We better destroy it. Why is the first thing you... I know I make it as a joke, but like, why is it you actually want to destroy it? Should we give chase? I think I understood all words. Might be worth asking some questions. Well, yeah, right? Hillary, you just seen a ghost. Nothing, it's fine. Went off in the direction we're headed, so let's try to track it down. I wish we could speak up more and just tell Wolfman to, like, I don't know, chill. Like, I say it as a joke. Sometimes it's a threat. When I'm trying to figure out something out, I try not to make that joke. But he would try. No sign of over here. Nothing but birds over here. That voice. Could be. You found it? To the northwest. Data must be found for the mines. on then. It could also be a trap, so let's not rush into it too quickly. I heard faint voices coming from inside. So it's not alone, but we're still going in, of course. This may be a trap, be ready to fight everyone. Just fixing my camera. Not my camera, like more like. There we go. my computer screen right now is like as if it was like the loading screen of Genshin Impact. Like you click the door and then you just get flashbang. Yeah, that's my computer screen right now. I was constantly being flashbanged, and now I fixed it. Oh my god, my eyes can rest. Can hear them. Several people up ahead. Can't make out their composition from the echoing. Let's keep going. Stay on your guard.
What is this?
Ironville!
A trap?
It really is you!
Huh?
Who?
I just had to get a look at you in the light. And I can still hardly believe my eyes. But it is you, my darling
Elena.
My darling, what now?
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun. But what are you doing here? What brings you all this way?
Fuzzy little bun. That's your mom.
Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
I'd know that laugh anywhere. Mother?
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird floating thing?
We're about to find out.
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Galoo Jaja's kitten? I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face. Elena was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play. You remember me, I hope?
I can't say that I do, but you knew my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kafkiwa.
Kafkiwa.
I'm sorry?
Oh, this won't do. Come in, come in! Friends of my LNHP are always welcome.
All I ask is a little forewarning, but no.
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place, how are things still getting stranger?
You'd be surprised. Elena Shafia. Hang on, Elena Shafia. Am I saying it right? There's no way I'm saying it right. Voices has 100%. As far as I can tell, this isn't even my mother. I can think of a few people in the world quite so spirited. But as to what happened, let's ask her. Dawn and forgot. Annabelle is conflicted about a long-fated reunion. What the fuck? Long-fated reunion. Let's hear what she has to say. It's so wonderful to meet you all. And as soon as a Palestinian, it's been a while since I heard that name. Dare I ask the reason for your appearance? Oh, this is just a body that I control remotely. I use this for our operations. We're members of the resistance organization, Oblivion. We call ourselves, and our goal is to thwart Zoralja's ambition for conquest. As the leader, it's prudent that I remain where I can't be easily found. I see. Whimsical appearance notwithstanding, yours is a serious cause. Right, you are. Though, truth be told, Oblivion was founded for an altogether different purpose. And that is... As you expect, you've already noticed. Everything you see within this dome, the buildings, the people, the very earth beneath our feet, is a fusion of two worlds. Stopping such a fusion was Oblivion's original mission. Then, does that mean you know who or what is responsible for it? I'm afraid not. That was a long time ago, and our mission statement has become more of a legend that's passed down to members. By the time we joined, our sole objective was stopping Zoralja. But we failed to do that, and now he's taken his army outside the dome. None of you wear those strange devices on your head. Does that mean you have to, does that have something to do with your work? Mean this? It's the regulator, the pinnacle of electrical technology, and that we don't wear it is indeed related to operation. What exactly does it do? Allow me to explain. Regulators have two primary functions. The first, as the name suggests, is regulating the wearer's reserves of souls. Should they die, the regulators expend a soul to bring them back to life. Reserve, you mean people walk around carrying spare souls? They do. Souls are packaged itself. That, and they should be used to replenish the life force that is lost due to sudden death, such as accidents. They do nothing for those who die of old age, though. Distribution of soul cells is based on one's work evaluation to encourage exemplary performance when fulfilled their duties. Souls as a common resource and a payment for services rendered. The poisoned practice of consuming others for their ether comes to mind, and similarly I expected that the act comes with some risk. Zero. Doesn't it dilute your sense of self? Wouldn't the consequence of others corrupt your own? This is prevented through memory management, a process in which regulators also play a role. Memory management. Then the reason everyone has forgotten Amachi's existence. The regulators are constantly recording the memories of the wearer, so if they should die suddenly, their memories can be refreshed as a part of the restoration process. This is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, the regulators are also triggered when someone else dies. Reasons being is that the regulators forcibly extract memories related to the deceased from anyone wearing one. Why would they do such a thing? It's a kindness bestowed upon the people of Everkeep's core system, so that no one has to suffer the pain of loss. So this is what is meant by memories and being stored in the cloud. Indeed, all memories of the deceased are wiped from the minds of the people and archived in the system. It's a fighting function for regulars and the internal step in the whole cell production. You see, when a person dies of natural cause, their soul is temporarily housed within the regulator. Then it's delivered to a facility where memories are separated from the souls. The result is a fresh soul cell, free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. Wait, that just goes against the natural order of the... Yeah. If Haydn was still alive, I think she would have, like, a few things to say. Meanwhile, the memories are stored in the core system to be remembered forever. And this is why people are happy here. On the surface, it's similar to the Yaku philosophy, and I see nothing noble, but I see nothing noble or comforting in it. Well, it doesn't seem so terrible to me personally. All comes down to what you're used to, I suppose. Like the barrier in Case Alexandria, the system was created to overcome the calamity that transformed the world hundreds of years ago. Amidst the mounting death toll, scientists used the electrode to devise a mean to save what lives it could so the nation could endure. Yeah. I understand the people of Exeter did what they believed was the best to save their people. I just find it hard to believe Tilial will also accept this way of living. It came as a shock to us as well. In fact, a great many were opposed to it. Which is why the use of regulators was never compulsory. The people have always been free to go without them if they so wish. Sophie didn't strike me as a sort of ruler to impose her will on others. You've already met. She was the one who suggested we come to the Thunder Yards in the first place. She also said she wants to help us stop Saroja. Awfully kind her to point in you in my direction and to speak so candidly as well. Anyway, I'll be right back. There you go. Sorry if the audio was very quiet. I just got back. Anyway, whatever her motives, has been given the choice. Live with the risk of true death or security of regulators. Everything that lives must someday die. That is the natural order of things. Quite right, but however you feel about them, it will be easier to understand that the regulars are capable of if you saw it for yourself. I know just the person to show you, and as luck would have it, they should be starting work about now. Who are we going to see exactly? Come with me and you'll find out. I'll be right back. I'll continue to stream after I get this done, but yeah, I'm making progress with this.